You know what? I want to tell you something real today. This is not one of those fake motivation videos that disappear after 10 minutes. This is not about short bursts of inspiration that fade tomorrow. This is about something real, something that can completely change how you live and think. We live in a world where everyone is waiting for your reaction. They insult you to control you. They ignore you to break you. They lie about you, hoping to see you fall apart. They push your buttons because they know how easily you explode, and you react. Most people don't realize this truth. They are not destroyed by others. They are destroyed by their own reactions, again and again, every single day. One argument destroys a friendship. One message ends a relationship. 1 second of anger ruins years of peace, trust, and emotional balance. Every time you react without control, you give away power. You lose energy, peace, focus, and respect. And the world takes everything from you. So I want you to pause right now and listen carefully. If you understand what I'm about to share, your entire life will shift. You won't just survive anymore. You'll rise. You'll become calm, strong, untouchable, peaceful. You'll stop letting chaos decide your thoughts and emotions. This message is not only for success, it's for people who are tired of breaking down emotionally, tired of feeling powerless, tired of reacting to pain. You deserve peace. You deserve control. You deserve strength that cannot be shaken by anyone's words, silence, or disrespect. That's true freedom. If you stay with me until the end, I promise you'll understand a kind of strength most people never find in their entire life. This is not just another motivation talk. It's also a powerful lesson in mental strength and emotional control that will stay with you forever. Let's begin with the first truth. Reacting means they control you. When someone can make you angry, they already own your emotions completely. If one sentence can destroy your mood, you are not in control. You are being controlled like a puppet, and your emotions are the strings. People think reacting fast means being strong, but quick reactions are not strength. They are signs of weakness and emotional instability. Every time you react without thinking, you lose something precious. Your peace, your focus, your power, and your ability to lead your own life. Ask yourself this. How many moments were destroyed because you reacted too fast? How many times did you regret what you said or did? You shouted at someone you loved. You sent an angry text. You made a decision from emotion, not wisdom. And then regret arrived quietly. This is emotional slavery. You may not wear chains on your hands, but your emotions are tied to the world around you every single day. You think you're in control, but you're not. The world pushes a button and you dance. Someone's opinion controls your happiness completely. There was once a young man who worked hard in his office. He stayed late, followed rules, and tried to build a good reputation. One day during a meeting, his manager criticized him publicly. It wasn't fair. It wasn't true. And in that moment, he exploded in anger. He shouted, defended himself, and argued loudly. The room went silent. The manager walked away calmly. Everyone saw the young man as emotional. He wasn't remembered for his hard work or discipline anymore. One reaction destroyed the image he built for years. He didn't win, he lost. He lost because he let someone else control how he responded. That's what happens when emotion takes over logic and peace. The solution is simple but powerful. The 5-second rule. When someone disrespects, insults, or ignores you, don't react immediately. Just breathe. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Count 5 seconds before you speak. In those seconds, you take back something priceless. Control over yourself. When you pause, magic happens. The emotion starts fading. The fire cools down. The brain starts thinking again instead of burning in anger. You can still respond if needed, but now your words will be calm, smart, and powerful, not foolish, emotional, or destructive. This habit will change everything: your relationships, your career, your peace, your entire life. Because when you don't react, you rise above. You are not weak when you stay calm. You are powerful, stable, and untouchable. You are the person who cannot be broken by chaos. That's true strength. Not shouting, not fighting, not reacting. It's staying calm in storms while everyone else loses control and burns out. Remember this truth: when you master your emotions, no one can manipulate your mind. When you pause, you protect your peace and your power. And that pause, that one deep breath, could save your relationships, your career, and your happiness more than any argument ever could. Because power isn't about control over others. It's about control over yourself. That's the secret to peace that the world will never teach you. So today, promise yourself one thing: never let anyone steal your peace again. Your calmness is your weapon. Your silence is your strength. Most reactions become regrets. You already know that feeling. The one moment when words fly too fast and silence arrives too late. You wish you could erase that message, that argument, that decision made in anger. But once a reaction is released, it cannot be taken back. You don't carry the insult others gave you. You carry your reaction to it. You don't carry failure. You carry how you broke down afterward. Reacting quickly feels honest or real, but it isn't. Fast reactions come from pain, not power. Growth begins when you stop feeding pain. We scream when we feel small. We blame when we feel weak. We fight when we feel hurt. That's not strength. That's emotional panic. After the fire fades, what's left? Guilt, shame, regret, all the heavy emotions that follow a storm you could have avoided with one pause. Think about it. How many arguments could have been avoided if you stayed quiet? How many friendships could have survived a calm response? How many peaceful days were destroyed because you allowed one bad moment to control your entire mood, your energy, your identity? The most painful truth is this: sometimes you realize what you lost only when it's too late to fix it, and regret becomes your teacher. There was a woman who loved her sister deeply. They were close, like best friends, always together through every season of life. One day, during a family dinner, her sister made a sarcastic comment. It touched an old wound, something that had never fully healed. In that second, anger exploded. The woman shouted, said cruel words, broke everything sacred in their bond, all because she reacted, not thought. The family went silent. Her sister left the table. Days passed, weeks passed, but their closeness never returned. The damage was already done. Years later, she looked at a photo of them and cried, not because of what her sister said, but because of how she responded. One moment, one reaction, a lifetime of regret. She didn't lose her sister's love that day. She lost her peace, her calm, her emotional control. So what's the solution? Train yourself to respond, not react. It's a mindset, a muscle, a discipline you build every single day. When something painful happens, repeat this truth: this emotion is real, but my reaction is a choice. Feel it, but don't move too fast. Yes, you're hurt. Yes, it's unfair. Yes, you want to shout, but don't. Pause. Close your mouth. Let the emotion rise and then fall quietly. Name what you feel. Ask yourself, am I reacting to this moment or to something old that still lives inside me? That's emotional intelligence. Wait 10 minutes, 1 hour, even 1 day if you must. When the fire cools, your truth becomes clear, and your response becomes power. This single habit can save relationships, protect your peace, and secure your future. Because reacting feels strong, but peace is always stronger. Peace never creates regret. Anger does, fear does, ego does. But peace? It only builds wisdom, clarity, and the ability to move forward. The next lesson is silence. Silence is your superpower. The world loves noise, endless talking, arguing, proving, showing who's right or wrong. But the strongest people are not the loudest. They are the quiet ones who no longer need to prove anything to anyone. That's true power. Silence is misunderstood. People think quiet means weak. They think walking away means afraid. But the truth is exactly the opposite. It takes more strength to stay calm than to shout. It takes more wisdom to walk away than to argue. It takes power to say nothing. Silence is control. Silence is focus. Silence is dignity. Because when you stay quiet, no one knows your next move. And that's advantage. They don't know if you're hurt or if you've already won. That mystery protects you. That stillness holds more power than 1,000 words. There was a man publicly attacked online by a former friend. Lies, screenshots, humiliation, everyone waited for his reaction. He said nothing. People called him weak, guilty, a coward, but he stayed silent. 6 months later, the truth came out. The liar was exposed completely. His silence became his strength. His calm became his victory. While others screamed, he kept his peace. And that peace protected his reputation. That's the power of silence. Use it like a weapon, not a weakness. You don't need to explain yourself to every critic or every liar. You don't owe answers to people who already decided who you are. Let silence defend you. Let your peace speak louder than your words. In conflict, simply say, "I understand," and walk away. In drama, stay out. In disrespect, don't fight. Look them in the eyes and stay silent. People will notice. They'll remember. Because calmness shocks those who expect chaos. Silence confuses those who want to see you break. And when you do this, you win. Not by fighting, not by shouting, but by rising above everything that tried to pull you down. Silence is not about losing your voice. It's about choosing when to use it. It's about power, timing, and emotional mastery over noise. The next truth is powerful. Not everything deserves your energy. You cannot fight every battle and still have strength left for your dreams. Trying to explain yourself to everyone, defend yourself in every argument, or fix every misunderstanding will only destroy your focus. You have limited energy each day. When you waste it on gossip, hate, and drama, you have nothing left for peace, love, or purpose. Stop fighting battles that don't matter. Not everyone deserves your reaction. Not every problem needs your emotion. Not every critic deserves your time. Some people want your reaction because it feeds their ego. They want to see you angry. They want to see you lose control and power. Don't give it to them. They don't deserve your energy. The more you react, the more you lose. The calmer you stay, the stronger you grow. There was a student, bright and disciplined. She studied late, worked hard, and dreamed big. Then rumors spread. False, cruel, humiliating. People whispered her name. She panicked. She tried to explain, defend, post, and prove her innocence. But the more she fought, the more she lost. Her grades fell. Her confidence broke. She stopped dreaming. Years later, she said, "I didn't lose because of what they said. I lost my focus." The truth hurts, but it's powerful. When you fight what doesn't matter, you lose what does. Protect your energy like it's gold, because it is. Every morning, ask yourself, what deserves my energy today? If it's not helping your peace or your purpose, walk away without hesitation. You don't have to attend every fight you're invited to. Peace is not found by winning all battles. It's found by ignoring the meaningless ones. When you stop reacting to everything small, You start building something great. That's how peace becomes your strategy and strength becomes your identity. The one who stays calm always wins. The world respects calm people because calm means control, clarity, and confidence, even when everything is falling apart. Calm people are trusted, respected, and remembered. They make better decisions, build stronger relationships, and live with peace even in the middle of chaos. When you stay calm, you keep your power. When you stay calm, you see the truth clearly. You become the leader in every room. Most people live like storms. They shout, panic, blame, and react. They lose control and wonder why nothing in their life ever improves. But the calm person is the opposite. Calm is not weakness. Calm is inner strength. Calm turns storms into silence and anger into awareness. Calmness doesn't mean you don't feel pain. It means you have learned to hold pain with grace, not with panic. That's emotional maturity. There was once an old man on a crowded train. Suddenly, a drunk man entered, angry and shouting at everyone, pushing people violently. The crowd reacted instantly. Some screamed, some insulted, some pulled out their phones to record. The energy in the room turned heavy and dark. But the old man stayed still, calm, silent, unshaken. When the drunk man reached him, ready to fight, the old man spoke softly and clearly. He said, "Whatever happened to you today, I'm sorry it brought you this far." The words cut through the noise like peace cuts through chaos. The drunk man stopped. His fists dropped. His anger melted. He sat down and cried. The entire train was silent, stunned by that calm strength. That's the power of emotional control. The old man didn't fight the storm. He became stillness itself. He understood, this is not about me. When you understand that not every storm outside has to become a storm inside, you gain the peace most people search for their entire life. You can train calmness like a warrior trains discipline. Breathe deeply every day. Breathing is not a small act. It's your secret weapon. When your breath slows, your mind listens. When your breath calms, your thoughts become clear. That's how real strength begins to grow inside you. Observe before you speak. Watch before you act. Let people reveal their truth. Let the situation unfold naturally. Then, choose your move wisely. Detach emotionally before reacting. Ask yourself, am I acting from truth or from pain? If it's pain, wait. If it's truth, proceed calmly. Practice calmness in small storms. Spilled coffee, delayed buses, rude messages. These are not accidents. They are daily training sessions for emotional mastery. The more you practice calm in small moments, the stronger you become when life sends the big ones. Every breath prepares you for battle. Anyone can scream. Anyone can panic. Anyone can break down. But calm people, they sit in fire and still see clearly. That's real power. They speak gently when everyone else is shouting. They move wisely when everyone else is running. They win not by fighting, but by staying still. Because life always follows the calm mind, not the loud one. Calmness is not natural. It's trained. It's built like a muscle over time. The next truth is even deeper. Reaction is habit, but response is power. Most people react not because they're angry, but because they're programmed. Reacting has become automatic. Someone insults them, they explode. Someone ignores them, they cry. Someone disagrees, they fight immediately. They never stop to ask, do I really need to react right now? They just follow habit like a machine, not realizing it's destroying their peace. Reaction is fast, emotional, uncontrolled. Response is calm, intentional, powerful. One comes from weakness. The other comes from mastery and awareness. The person who reacts is like a volcano, loud, wild, and destructive. The person who responds is like the ocean, deep, still, and untouchable. Ask yourself honestly, are you reacting like a machine or responding like a master? That question can transform your life forever. There was a young waiter in a busy restaurant. He was polite, humble, and hardworking. One night, a rude customer walked in, arrogant and entitled. The customer shouted across the room, insulted the waiter, called him lazy and stupid. Everyone froze, expecting a fight or angry words. But the waiter stayed calm. He looked straight into the man's eyes and said, "Sir, I'm doing my best. If that's not enough, I understand." He smiled and continued serving with respect. Silence filled the room. The loud man looked small. The calm waiter stood tall. Power shifted instantly. That same night, the manager offered him a promotion. Not because of luck, but because calmness always wins where anger always fails. Reaction is instinct. Response is wisdom. The world doesn't reward loud emotions. It rewards emotional discipline, maturity, and peace under pressure. The deep reason people react is because of old wounds. They're not reacting to the moment. They're reacting to their past, their pain, their history. If you were ignored as a child, you overreact when ignored today. If you were humiliated once, you explode when someone disrespects you. If you were abandoned, you panic when someone pulls away. You're not reacting to now. You're reacting to something that still lives inside you. Until you understand that, you'll keep giving your peace to situations that don't deserve it. You'll keep losing control over meaningless moments. The key is awareness. Turn every reaction into awareness, and awareness into power. That's how you reprogram your emotional system completely. Before reacting, pause and take one deep breath. That breath breaks the chain of habit and gives space for wisdom to enter your mind. Ask yourself, is this about now or something old? You'll often realize the emotion isn't about the present at all. It's a memory. That 1 second of awareness saves you from hours of regret. That's how you transform reaction into response, pain into clarity, chaos into calm. Speak on only when your truth is clear and your heart is calm. Emotion is unstable. Truth is stable. Truth always wins when it's spoken in peace. Train yourself every day. When you're cut off in traffic, when a friend forgets to reply, when life feels unfair, that's your practice. Each moment is your training ground. Each breath is your test. Each reaction is your chance to choose peace instead of chaos, wisdom instead of weakness. The world doesn't need more reactors. It needs responders. People who choose awareness over anger, calm over chaos, and patience over pain. Those are the ones who rise. Those are the ones who lead. They're remembered not for their noise, but for their grace, power, and presence. Now the question is yours. Will you keep reacting from your past, or will you start responding from your future strength starting today? If you want peace, you must let go of ego. Most people suffer, not because of pain or fear, but because of their own pride. Ego is that quiet, stubborn voice inside saying, "They should have treated me better. They should have respected me. I can't let them win." It whispers, "They don't see my value. I'll prove them wrong." But you don't realize, ego isn't your power. Ego is your prison. It locks you inside the need to be right, to be seen, to be admired. And when the world ignores you, ego burns with fury. You shout, reply, argue, defend, not because it's necessary, but because your ego cannot stand silence. It feeds on attention and control. You react to every insult. You reply to every comment. You fight to prove your worth to people who never cared in the first place. But here's the truth. You don't need to defend what's already real. You don't need to prove what's already true. Reality doesn't need approval. The moment you let go of ego, you rise higher. Because ego lives in pain, but your soul lives in peace, freedom, and quiet confidence. There was a man who worked for a company for many years. He gave everything, his time, health, loyalty, and energy without hesitation. One day, without warning, they replaced him. No thanks, no respect, no apology, just silence. His ego screamed, "How dare they treat me like this?" He wanted to fight back, expose them, make them regret it. But before acting, he visited his grandmother, a woman who carried deep wisdom. She said, "My child, you don't heal by proving others wrong. You heal by proving to yourself that their actions won't control your future." Those words hit deep. He walked away, calm and silent. No revenge, no anger. He focused on building his own dream quietly, step by step. Years later, he succeeded far beyond that company's reach. Not because of ego, but because of peace. Purpose, and discipline. That's real victory. Ego always wants revenge, but the soul wants freedom. If you keep choosing ego, you'll keep losing peace, relationships, and inner balance forever. Every argument becomes a battlefield. Every comment becomes a war. You fight to win, but you end up tired, empty, and alone. When the war ends, your ego still wants another one, but your heart just wants to rest. That's the painful truth of pride. So what's the solution? Kill ego. Choose peace. Every single time. When ego screams, breathe. When ego burns, smile. When ego fights, walk away. You can't master your emotions without confronting your ego. Catch that voice early. The one that says, "They can't talk to me like that." Pause and ask, is this my soul speaking or my ego screaming? Most of the time, it's ego. Small, scared, desperate for validation. Let people be wrong about you. Let them misunderstand. You don't owe explanations to anyone who doesn't want the truth. That's real maturity. Stop fighting to be right. The need to be right keeps you stuck in the wrong energy. Being peaceful is more powerful than being correct. Ask yourself, what matters more, being right or being at peace? The answer defines your future. Choose peace every single time. When ego wants to shout, choose silence. When ego wants revenge, choose forgiveness. When ego wants to prove, choose progress instead. Next time someone disrespects you and your fire rises, breathe deeply, smile, walk away, not because you're weak, but because you've evolved. You've grown past the need for approval. You've learned that real power is quiet, not loud, calm, not chaotic, certain, not desperate. Your worth is not a debate. You don't need to react to prove it. You don't need to fight to protect it. You just live it. When you let go of ego, something beautiful happens. You stop chasing validation. You stop reacting to noise. You start living in peace. You feel lighter, freer, unshakable, because peace doesn't live in noise. It lives in calm hearts that don't need to win every argument anymore. Most people never find this strength. They live defending, proving, fighting, reacting. But you can be different. You can rise above all that. You can choose stillness. You can choose grace. You can choose to walk through fire without letting it change your heart. That's mastery. From now on, protect your peace like sacred ground. No reaction is worth losing it. No argument is worth breaking your mental balance. You don't have to react to everything. You don't have to fight every battle. You don't have to prove your worth to blind people. You don't have to carry the world's chaos inside your soul. You are more than your anger. You are deeper than your emotions. You are not the storms that pass. You are the calm that remains. You are peace, strength, clarity, and quiet confidence combined. From this moment forward, Never lose your peace again. Not for anyone, not for anything. Your calmness is your crown. Keep it safe. May your silence become your strength. May your calmness become your power. May your peace become your unshakable way of life. Whenever the world tries to drag you into chaos, pause, breathe. Remember who you are and what you stand for inside. You don't belong to the noise. You were born for peace, purpose, and quiet strength. That's the life your soul is waiting for. Stay true. Stay still. Keep rising in silence. Because sometimes the loudest, strongest thing you can ever say is nothing at all. Thank you for being here. I'm proud of you. From my heart to yours. May you walk in peace, strength, and unbreakable calm. Take care of your mind, protect your soul, and never forget, staying calm doesn't make you weak. It makes you powerful beyond words. Until next time, stay strong, stay silent, and stay free. Because peace isn't the end of the fight. It's how you win it.